Hey, good morning, everybody. I'm in Springfield, Illinois, and I'm at a place that I've been trying to do like 3 times I came through this town, which is the Lincoln Library Museum and the Lincoln House. So it's almost time to open up. They're going to open up the main part at 8:30, and then that's where we get our tickets, and we're going to start our tour there. But I wanted to point something out to you. I'm in a Penske moving truck towing a car, and I stayed at a hotel just right around the corner, a really nice one actually. I had a good breakfast. They had off-site parking for the hotel. It was $10 for 24 hours, which was great because we're right in the heart of the city. But what I wanted to point out to anybody, if you are coming here, and we came here in an RV, and the reason why we didn't stop here in the RV was because it was hard to negotiate the one-way streets. Everything was very tight and it was metered parking. But right here at the visitor center for the Lincoln Museums, library, his house, and memorial, right here where you check in at the national parks, they have an area for buses and RVs. And had I known that earlier this morning, I would have pulled the car out. It's safe where it's at, but I'm telling you this for travelers who may be coming through in an RV and are worried about the parking like I was. Right here where you would start your tour, there's plenty of RV and bus parking. Well, right now it is because they're just opening it up at 8:30 in the morning. So I'd highly recommend start this tour early. You could do now a leaf blower's coming at me, so let me pause it for now. That leaf blower, you can probably hear it in the distance. He was coming right at me as if he was intentionally trying to get in the video. Then he walked the other way when I shut off the camera. But I got to get in there soon. One other thing I was going to mention before I paused it was the Lincoln Tomb, which is very, very worthwhile. We've been there before, so I'm not going to go there today. If you really wanted to look up to it, I don't know how to put links on these things, but I'm going to try to find out. I'll put a link on this video to when we went to the Lincoln Tomb. Don't worry about it. Lincoln Tomb is not walking distance from here, but they do have ample parking and they can accommodate RVs at the Lincoln Tomb. But if you're going to do the Lincoln sites in Springfield, Illinois, I would start here, park here for free, the National Parks parking lot, leave your RV or your truck or your towed vehicle here, and then hit the sites that are in this area. It's all walking distance. Once again, the house, the library, museum, all within walking distance, and then get back in your RV and cruise over to the Lincoln Tomb. There are many, many museums in this city I'm not going to be able to do today. So unfortunately, I got in here last night, starting first thing in the morning, probably be in Macon, Missouri. I think I'm overnighting there, hitting the Disney Museum in the morning. We're in Marceline, and then this is for tomorrow. So let me see if they've opened up yet. This might be a little bit of a choppy video because I'm going to do segments, pause it, and as I see stuff, I'll go ahead and record it. But like I said, this was one of the things I've been trying to do for a long time. This is one of my many shirts that I lost track. I don't know if Shaker or Mario gave them to me, but I've been alternating. I've had a different shirt on every day. I have like 6 of them. All right, we'll get back to you when I get inside the museum. Okay, so I'm going to be on the 9 o'clock tour, but I wanted to show you this really quick. So this is the little depiction of the neighborhood. You know, I bought a mic and I'm not wearing it. I should probably put that on. But anyways, here's a depiction of the neighborhood that I'm at, and I'm going to imagine in this green area is the museums I'm going to be going to in this area. Let me see if I can see the Lincoln Tomb in reference to here. Hold on. I can't make it out real quick, but if I can find it, I'll let you know, but I have to go outside for the meetup for the tour group. Oh, here's something interesting. Looks like Lincoln getting a shave or a haircut. I'm probably gonna have to get my picture next to this before I leave. So for those that had followed me on my Route 66 trip a year ago, I didn't get a chance to come and do this stuff. It's really loud out there. I'm supposed to be out there 10 minutes before the tour starts. I got 8 minutes to get there. Oh, on the parking, I asked. Parking is only $2. There's no charge for the tour from National Parks, but if you have a National Parks card, bring that with you. Bring your National Parks card, membership card, if you have a military one like I do or whatever. Bring that, and they give you 50% off of parking.
We certainly do.
The group's gathering for the 9 o'clock tour, but I just wanted to show you a few things. This is Lincoln's house off in the distance, right there. That's Lincoln's house. Now there is model renditions. That's not the way it originally was. He had built on it and modified it. But in this house that I'm going to go into later on, it has diorama depictions and models of how that house evolved to what we see today. So I'll be going in that house later on. That's a free walking tour. And then in this house here is another free walking tour that will show you how they do all the renovations in this little neighborhood and maintain the look and the aesthetics and the structures of the historic area. And then right this house down here, that house is an Afro-American owned that, who was actively involved in the Underground Railroad, and there's a little bit of a museum there. These streets are all blocked off, so you wouldn't be able to see any of this from traffic streets at all. But we're getting about ready to get started on the 9 o'clock tour. I don't want to delay them. So we'll start this up again once we get in the Lincoln house, which is right over my right shoulder. And what's cool about it, there's all photography and photos are allowed. The guide just told a very interesting point, was that the last private owner of this house was Robert Lincoln, the son of Abraham Lincoln. And when Robert Lincoln vacated, he sold it to the state for $1 with two stipulations: that they maintain it in period of 1860 to 1861, and that they allow the public to tour it for free. That's why this tour is free, because Robert Lincoln, Abraham Lincoln's son, put those stipulations on it when he sold it for $1.
I know, a lot of places you can't, right?
So we're going in now. This is the front entrance. They do ask, you can take all the pictures and video you want. They ask that you don't lean against the walls or touch anything, because they are maintaining it in period format. So, won't you join me? And they refer to him as Mr. Lincoln because he was Mr. Lincoln when he lived here.
Get down that room to the end so we can get everybody in. We're fine. We could stop right there. And I want to make my way, right over here. And by the way, these are non-historic rails. You can touch these, okay? They weren't here when Lincoln lived here, okay? So does this look like a room the Lincoln boys would be playing in? Or do you think adults might be sitting around? That's right. The parlor, they called it, the formal area of the house. Now, these doors here, partition doors, they were here when the Lincolns lived here. So a lot of times they'd be closed. The front room would be Mary's part of the parlor. The back room, when they had it closed, would be like Mr. Lincoln's home office or home study, okay? These drawings actually show you what an artist saw that these rooms looked like when the Lincolns lived here in 1860. They were published in a national newspaper and used by the Park Service the last time the home was restored to know where to hang pictures, how to hang pictures, where to place pieces of furniture, generally what the pattern of the carpet and the wallpaper looked like, okay? Now imagine Mary and her lady friends sitting in this part of the parlor when the doors are closed, on these chairs, sofas. By the way, all the furniture, black upholstery, original Lincoln pieces, okay? What might Mary and her friends be talking about back then? Any ideas?
Neighborhood gossip.
Yeah, I bet. Neighborhood gossip, that's right.
Women's rights.
Women's rights, perhaps.
She was a very stylish woman, so I think that they would address style, fashion.
Style, Mary was stylish. So,
I'm getting really frustrated with the selfie stick. So anyway, so this is some of this furniture. He went over it. Some of it actually was owned by the Lincoln family. We're moving into another room. I think the kitchen or pantry, dining room maybe. By the way, this was the master bedroom. This was the master bedroom where her sons were born.
wallpaper and carpet throughout the house are reproductions, okay? And in most of the house, the patterns are typical of the time period, but we don't know exactly what the patterns were. But we did use these drawings, like in here, in here, when you look at the wallpaper, to me it looks very close. And upstairs, we have 2 rooms where we know the exact pattern, Mary picked.
So this is, they encourage us to use the railing for safety, but not only that, this railing was actually here when Lincoln was here, so Lincoln's hands were on this railing at one time himself. I'm gonna go up now. The stairway itself is pretty narrow.
So, just a reminder, please stay in the room right.
This was, this guest room, that's actually was owned by the Lincolns. That bed was actually owned by the Lincoln family. Other stuff is period correct, but not owned by them. This is the guest room.
You know, to some extent.
So this point I'm entering Lincoln's bedroom. So this is a period correct bed that Lincoln, but it's up in this area. But this is owned by Lincoln himself. And then that table was actually where Lincoln sat and wrote his speeches. That was owned by Lincoln himself.
Oh, yeah. Oh, can you use it? We
yeah.
can take a picture of it. Yeah.
I can't use, so he said I can't use Mrs. Lincoln's commode, but that's,
Yeah, you can use the commode
There
for
it
the
is.
purposes of taking a picture.
yeah,
I'll
I'll use
make
it to
that
take a
specific.
picture. But that was actually, I just forgot her first name, Mary?
Mary.
That's Mary Lincoln's actual real world commode. She actually used this, and then this is the bedroom that she would have been in. They had downstairs bedroom, as he explained, was shared by both, but when the second floor was added, they had separate bedrooms.
So,
Oh, thanks. Oh, I'm sorry. No, that's right. So this is where the oldest boy lived, and then after the 2 younger ones lived. Which one? Oh, this is. You said this was this,
sorry about that.
and this is where the helper lives.
Yep.
This is the helper's room. Interesting.
If you want to sit on front of you so it's easier for you to do your vlog, that's fine.
Oh no, I'm good. I'll try to work around you guys. It's your tour too, right? So it looks like we just entered into the
These are not.
kitchen
They
area.
would have had a back stairwell when they built the full second story.
Oh,
It
right.
would have been steeper and narrower.